But what were you saying about
So I'm gonna pull up a mock right now,
okay, here
real quick.
here. I'll talk about
Because what I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk about how if we go all wide receiver, let's see, Garrett Wilson at the 106 somehow. Oh, this is dynasty shit.
yeah, right.
Dummy. Um, but I want to see like if I go wide receiver in the first 5 rounds, or like no running backs in the first 5 rounds. Who do we end up with like as our RB1 and RB2? And
Hmm.
and I'm guessing that I could end up with some combination of James Conner, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, Antonio
Ooh,
Gibson.
Aaron
You
Jones
know,
maybe.
maybe Aaron Jones.
Oh man, that's the most I want to talk about. Is like I feel like Aaron Jones and J.K. Dobbins are like the last two guys that like I feel comfortable with
Even
some sort of upside.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Cam Akers fan, but
There's nobody there.
there's nobody there, and that team's going to be
Mhm.
bad. They're going to be dumping off a lot. Let's see. I can go Jamar Chase at the 106. Oh my god.
Like, can
Uh,
you?
Garrett Wilson in the second round at the 207.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh
If
my
you go
god.
if you go Jamar
Uh,
Chase, Garrett Wilson,
Amon Ra, St. Brown in the third,
come on now.
because running backs flying up. Let's see who's available at quarterback. Lamar, or take Kyle Pitts. Let's
Hmm.
grab Lamar in the fourth. And Kyle Pitts is still there in the fifth, so take Kyle Pitts. All right, so the starting roster so far in the sixth round: Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sheesh.
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
mean, come on, bro. And then we can just play Russian roulette with the running backs. Who gives a shit? Alvin
Hmm.
Kamara is still available. Rashad Penny is still available. James Cook is still available. Players on good offenses who don't have players in front of them.
But
Take Alvin Kamara. Let's
so
see.
here's
Go
my
ahead.
thing. Like, so, oh man, wait.
I can get Rashad Penny right here in the seventh.
Oh, yes, yes. So when you are looking at like scrapping together this last running back, um, Rashad White, Miles Sanders, Cam Akers, um, Damian Pierce,
Mm-hmm.
like all the bell cows on bad teams, like
Mm-hmm.
where do you rank these guys? Like
Cam
who's
Akers in front because he'll catch passes and has already shown that. Miles Sanders, Miles Sanders and Cam Akers together.
I think I went Damian Pierce as much as
Hold up. I'm
no.
getting freaking bugs in my house. Hold on 1 second.
Don't worry. So basically, what I was gonna say is I would want Damian Pierce. I think
Okay. Mods.
you got it.
I got it. No,
Yep.
I had to flip the light off in here and turn the light on outside, so now they'll go out there.
You gotta go incognito, huh?
Yeah, we good.
But
We good.
yeah, I feel like I can subscribe to Kane Makers as the first guy, but like, I mean, Miles Sanders will probably be there too. But like, it just seems like all these guys, like, if you're gonna go elite tight end, elite quarterback, pass catcher, like all these receivers, you can grab two of these guys and have all right production. I mean, like, you're not excited to press draft on James Conner, but I'm a little more excited to press draft on Rashad White. I mean, he's younger. I'm a little more excited to press a draft on Cam Akers. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of upside of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Especially if you can stack elite guys earlier. Like, all right, so now I went through the next few rounds and grabbed the best running backs I could. And these are the running backs I ended up with: Kamara, Rashad Penny, Antonio Gibson, and Devin Achane in the next four
Hmm.
rounds. Like, if I have those four guys, and I get to play with these wide receivers and then Lamar Jackson and Kyle
I'll,
Pitts.
I'll take on the
Like,
world.
come on, man. I just wide receiver is the deepest position out of all of them.
Hmm.
However, the elite guys like are elite for I don't know, like I don't know, man. Is like are
They just score more
here
points in PPR.
they do, but then it's like I guess the question is like I've seen graphics before that would say things like wide receiver 2 and 3 production are like on average only 2 or 3 points apart.
Hmm.
It's like maybe like 11 something points for a wide receiver 2 and like a 9 something for a wide receiver 3 is like the average.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, like how much of an advantage are we getting point per game wise? Is that's maybe the downfall is like the point per game. Running backs are probably always going to have like a higher floor for points per game.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's tough. I
It's
have a hard time passing up these like elite pass catchers when I feel like running backs get hurt all the time, and I'd rather just draft the late ones and patch that shit in, you know?
hmm yeah, and like it really does help like if you can go like a true zero RB and then just like I mean in back to back rounds like let's say Rashad White, Rashad Penny, Devin A. Chain, and Roshan like that's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna have two stars out of those four most weeks.
I just think that even like drafting, you know, pass catchers early, you know that you're going to rely on those guys. So grabbing the depth pieces later on don't matter as much for that position because you're not really looking to replace them in your starting lineup only if they get hurt. So you only
Hmm.
need 1 or 2 more wide receivers the rest of your draft for a total of 4, maybe 5. When
Hmm.
you know you can load up and get 6 running backs. You only need 2 like per week that are playable.
Yeah.
Like you can wait on guys to come through for injuries. You can grab guys that are dart throws and see like what their role is because it's ambiguous at this time, like, and we don't know until week 1 or whatever. Like it just there's so many running backs to take chances on later on that make sense that are going to luck into volume that are going to turn into Josh Jacobs from last year, who was I don't know what a 5th round pick,
Hmm.
um, or James Conner from 2 years ago. There's always like that guy like that's going to jump 20 spots uh, in their overall finish based on their ADP.
hmm
I just
it's much easier for a running back like that to just fall into being a top 15 running back just by staying healthy. Like and like I mean
like
like
Josh Jacobs.
yeah.
Look, what
I
did
mean
they weren't a good offense last year. He just got
yeah.
fed the ball a bunch of times.
And